we are gearing up to go. We're in the car right now. Pooch is in the back. And we had to go lock the cat up. But other than that, we're heading on down. Gonna be on the trail. It's supposed to be really cold tonight, and I'm getting a really late start. So I got about another 45 miles to go, and hopefully get to camp and get set up before the sun goes down. Out here on the trail now. And the poochers are trying to keep up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set up. And my buddy, he's gonna be coming in tomorrow. Gonna try out and test some new things. And see if we can make it go with this cold weather. It's the first of the season, so it's gonna be like, what is it, 18 degrees tonight probably? So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be my personal best. So if I can get it done, that's pretty exciting. Get all my gear on the pack. And I gotta be honest with you, the pack I'm carrying is the Mountainsmith Approach. I think it's the 35. But I'm telling you, this thing, it holds so much it's not even funny. And I really like it. It's a little heavier than my other pack. It probably weighs about 1.5 pounds more, but it's only about I don't know, 3 pounds 4 ounces or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I'm gonna scout a spot to sit down, and then I'll cut this thing back on. We'll chit-chat it up. Whew. Okay, so I got camp set up. Currently, it is 27 degrees outside. It's actually a little colder than I was expecting it to be when I got here. So we really we only have about, well, like 9 degrees until we hit the low. So I think I'm gonna make it, boys and girls. Look at that thing. That thing is a stainless steel Thermos brand thermos. Insulated stainless steel. I never thought that after I converted to kind of ultralight backpacking or whatever that I'd ever try and carry anything stainless steel, but there she is, folks. I heard great things about her, and after talking to a couple of the guys over there on Hammock forums, they said they convert to a little bit heavier things in the wintertime, so I figured I've shaved weight in so many different places. I'm just going to go ahead and buy me that thermos, and Walmart had it on sale for like 15 bucks. That's what's up. So, should keep my coffee hot chocolate mix warm all the way till morning, but I'm probably going to have some right before bedtime too. Well, finally got her all set up. There isn't much wind out here tonight, so, or at least there ain't right now, and they're not calling for any either, so I'm leaving her up high a little bit for my entranceway there. And man, oh man, it's getting dark fast, and I gotta get a fire going now. Well, I got me a fire going. She's a pretty nice one, and it feels like it's cooling off out here pretty quick. But I tell you what, nothing beats the chill like a nice hot fire. And I'm about ready to have me a little coffee too. Well, as you can see, it's only about 6:30 and it's already dropped down to 24 degrees. But if you look there at that bottom number, this is sitting right here inside my hammock underneath the freezer flaps, and it is a 15-degree difference being in this hammock and being out here in the cold. It's pretty amazing what these 4.5-ounce little freezer flaps can do. And there's not even any heat in there. I don't know how it's even doing that. Damnedest thing. Just a little bit after 9 o'clock, 9:11 as you can see. 65 degrees in my pocket and 20 degrees over there by the hammock. Can't see anything, but it's 20 degrees out. So far, personal best. Haven't gone to bed yet. Still enjoying the outdoors and this wonderful fire. But it's cold. Out there anyway. In here, a toasty 67 degrees. Good morning. Hope you all slept well. So I checked the temperature when I first got up this morning, and my personal best is even better than I thought it was going to be. It ended up getting down to 16 degrees last night. So, and actually that was probably at about, just before sunup. It's always the coldest right before sunup. So 16 degrees, new personal best, beat my last one by 8 degrees. It was only 24. That was my personal best 2 weeks ago. And I want to attribute it to, maybe just like one silver bullet or whatever, but it really has come down to everything. It's kind of a total system that really has kept me warm. So I definitely want to thank Hammock Gear for these amazingly light and warm quilts. My underquilt, I never got one bit of CBS, cold butt syndrome last night whatsoever. This 20 degree top quilt with 2 ounces of overstuff, it never let me down whatsoever last night. It's amazing. And I just want to say, let me reach down here real quick. The water bottle with the hot water in it and the sock thing between my legs, just underneath my junk, top notch. That's an amazing tip that if anyone has never tried before, that water acts basically as like a little heat bank. And I mean, it's still warm this morning. I finally put it in there at about 11 o'clock last night, and it is still warm to the touch. I'd also like to thank Outdoor Research for making me look like I'm going swimming while I'm out in the woods. I'd also like to thank Thermos brand thermoses for keeping my hot chocolate warm all night long. I made all this before I came out here yesterday, probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it is still warm. Here it is at about 7:30 in the morning. Amazing, amazing technology that I am just now using. I don't have to get up. I don't have to pour any water or any alcohol. I just twist my little knob here. Still piping hot. It's the craziest thing. I've never... I haven't used a thermos since I was a kid. So, pardon me if I seem a bit enamored. And if I do, that's because I am. But I can tell you right now, I'll be taking this with me on many, many, many more cold trips. Not having to get up and get my fire going right off the bat, or to start burning alcohol right off the bat. Big plus in my book. Also, if it hadn't been for all the amazing information that can be procured from hammockforums.net, I'd probably not even be out here right now enjoying this gorgeous sunrise. If you have ever thought about doing some winter camping in a hammock, there's only one place to go to get that kind of information, and that would definitely be hammockforums.net. So cheers to you boys and girls over there. Thank you for all that knowledge. Alright, so it's 73 in my hand right now, but it was just 77 in the hammock still. Look at that bottom temperature. That was the maximum that it got inside my top quilt. 96 degrees in there, so regardless, I was toasty. And there's the minimum that it was outside. It got down to 16 degrees. That's my personal best. And I gotta say, I'm mighty proud of it. Mighty proud. Okay, well, it's day 2, and I'm good and warm. It's like 42, 43 degrees out here. And I actually had to shed a couple layers because I was hot. But, Buddy's here.
How's it going?
It's gonna be shelter time. So we're gonna try something pretty primitive. No hammocks or nothing. It's gonna be ground shelter. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be cold again tonight, apparently. It's supposed to be.
How to survive in the cold with nothing.
Yeah, this dude's hardcore. He don't do no hammocks and shit. Cold.
I don't with the cold.
So he's gonna build one up, and we're gonna record and see how he does tonight. All right, here's the supplies. We got emergency blanket, big knife, a couple of trash bags, or is that one?
One trash bag.
One trash bag, 4 hanks of cordage, a lighter, and some zombie playing cards. And that's all you're gonna need to stay warm.
Yeah, we're gonna use that, and we're also gonna use the Gore-Tex gear.
So just what you're wearing.
It's a little warm for this, but we're gonna use just what we're wearing, and then of course the leather bomber's hat, because you gotta have that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's it. God bless you, man. I want to be right there in that boat. But I'm excited to see what you end up coming up with this. All right, well, let's get to building it. All right, we're walking out to the spot. It's a little dense out here. The wind's picked up a little bit since last night. So I've got to get a spot that's at least a little bit protected from the wind.
Good spot here. Well, what you're looking for when you're looking for a piece of ground to keep you warm, you want to use the terrain to your advantage any chance you get. So what I'm going to plan here is I'm going to put myself a fire in this little hole. The ground is built up around here. That's going to throw my heat back to me. I'm going to build a little lean-to right here. All that heat's going to keep me toasty warm, and I'll be playing cards in my boxer shorts. So this is how you stay warm when it's really cold out. And we'll get to building this shelter, and we'll show you how to do it.
All right. At least this is how you stay warm when you don't decide to sleep in the hammock, I guess. All right.
Okay, so what I've done, created my loft. This is where I'll set the shelter. created a barrier to keep my loft from catching fire, because I plan on having a good sized fire in here. Stay warm. I've collected the rocks because rocks retain heat, and I'll probably go look for some more rocks around here too. After your fire breaks down, starts turning to coals, these rocks will heat up and they'll retain that heat from the coals a whole lot better. As I'm clearing, I'm starting my fire pile right there. And I'll probably move that over to here to where it won't catch fire. And I can reach out. This is gonna be my head right here because the wind is coming off the hill this way. So I wanna set that into the shelter down low and let the wind come over top of me. Meanwhile, all this fire is gonna come right inside, keep me toasty warm.
And when you're building your shelter, don't forget, coffee is good for you. Yeah, on me. So make sure you take some breaks and enjoy the outdoor housing project. So we got firewood here, a couple of backstops over there, help reflect the heat back over into the bed. Is that pretty much how we're...
That's how it works.
And set all your wood right down here in this hole. And you'll just have a nice big cubby of heat.
If it's extreme cold and you have affordable calories, you're going to want to do this. Of course, you saw me breaking logs over other logs. I'm using physics, I'm not using calories. I don't chop wood. I burn it or I break it. And less energy spent that way, less calories needed. The ideal situation, this is never an ideal situation. This would be extreme cold. This would be how you survive extreme cold. Like I said, I'm not using anything but an emergency blanket. And you will see me here later on in my boxers playing solitaire with my zombie cards. Because it'll be that warm.
Good deal.
So ideally, you're going to build a shelter like this. If it's extreme survival, you might be here a couple of days, 2-3 days. If you're awaiting rescue and you want to stay put, this would be the way to do it. Like I said, you're going to have some calories though.
So the thing you got to keep in mind here too though is that, you know, you don't really want to end up in the woods this unprepared, but if this is all you had, nature provides a lot of what you need already, so you just got to know how to use it. And no one wants to sleep on the ground, no one wants to be cold, but if you got to do it, this would be the way to do it. 2 space blankets and 4 hanks of paracord later, we are looking good. Now, if you can imagine, got your fire right down in there, and then that space blanket just scoops all that heat up, puts it right on top of your head. I think you'd be sweating.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be sweating tonight.
No tent stakes, no tarps, no sleeping bag. Garbage bag. Help at least prevent some of the moisture. So you got a retractable flap. And doing shelters like this, it also helps you learn that you don't have to carry everything on your back. Look how fluffy that bed is.
Now, brother, tell me that won't keep you warm.
Nice big fluffy bed. You are good to go.
Only thing left is a fire.
That's it. Guess we'll be crawling in later tonight and finding out, yeah?
That's right.
Sounds good. Looks comfy in there.
It's comfy. Yep, get some heat going. Oh, look at that. Just like a baby. Nice.
You're a beast, man. You're a beast.
That's how you do it.
That's how a real mountain man does it. Yeah, man. Dinner time. Hot dogs and homemade chili with tomatoes and peppers from the garden. Burblehead would like some, but she can't have none. He's bad. Where's bad?
All right, dude. Sit right here and tell me what you think. That's the comfort spot.
Look at that. Wow. Oh, I bet it's hot as shit in there. That'd almost be too much. But you would survive.
Oh, once that fire dies down, gets to be a cold bed, it won't be so bad at all. Biggest thing is heating up all the ground.
Yeah. Getting everything back here on the backsplashes to warm up.
Yep. Getting a good cold bed established.
And then just absorbing it all night long.
How about that?
Oh. Oh.
Tell us if you're warm.
It's got to be at least 80 degrees in here, probably. And you got all this full of leaves. Yeah, I mean, you'd live forever in here. I mean, this is... I'm actually quite comfortable. I hate to admit that, but I'm totally comfortable. Yeah, I mean, maintaining this would just be like, grab a little log, throw it over, no big deal.
Right back to sleep.
Right back to sleep.
You don't miss much sleep, that's for sure.
No.
And there's plenty of heat inside there.
Yeah, I would say after this thing has been going for a while, even the ground underneath me would probably start to get really warm too.
Absolutely. And you'll notice I left space under that log about where your arm is.
Yeah.
So heat can get up under the log. I don't know if you can feel it coming under there, but...
Well, I can definitely feel the browse on top of this starting to warm up.
Uh-huh.
The browse over here is warm. These logs are even starting to warm up. This one is definitely warm. This will probably radiate heat for several hours after that fire goes completely out.
So you think you're surviving there in extreme cold?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you can't survive in that, you should probably just go ahead and kill yourself. Yeah, I gotta admit, I ain't much of a ground dweller. It's warm in there. And I think that if all else failed and all you had was a couple of emergency space blankets that were in your in the trunk of your car or in your little go bag or anything, I mean, you would have no problem surviving a night regardless of temperature.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Because you can't forget that part.
Yeah, I mean, you even got the flap. That will help trap it all up underneath there. And that there is just convenience. Convenience in the woods, folks. Lots of insulation down here.
Now you notice I'm standing on our other wind block.
Yep.
I'm using the terrain to my advantage. Any wind comes this way at all, this big old mound right here blocks that.
Yes, sir, indeed. I'm not much of a ground dweller, but I mean, you got to admit that for an hour's worth of work, you can make it pretty damn comfortable. Especially in the fall, when you've got all this browse and all these leaves and stuff, you can make a mighty cushy bed in there. I'm impressed.
That's how we do it in Michigan. Staying alive, staying warm.
Yeah, southern boys, we don't like cold. So we got the wood tossed in. We got some burners here.
That's my sleeping stack.
Sleep stack. Maintainer stick. Maintainer stub. What do you think?
I think it's hot in there. I think by the time I'm ready to bed down, everything in there is going to be nice and toasty. Let that fire die down some. Have a great coal bed there.
And you're just collecting all that heat. Everything will be radiating it right back to you. So you wake up long enough, toss you one of those onto your fire, and then you pass back out. Then you grab one of those, toss that on your fire, and you pass back out. And we just feed the stick into the fire.
Yeah, don't chop, feed.
Yeah, don't waste your calories on all that whacking. I said whacking again. Don't whack your wood. Just throw it into the fire. Let it do all the work for you.
Save calories.
And then feed it in yourself, just a little at a time. I see way too many people processing wood. Who processes wood?
I don't process wood.
Processing wood.
Let the fire do the work.
Yeah, it might be against conventional wisdom, but we don't ever process any wood. We never chop, we never whack. We just find the dead wood, get a little fire going, and then just let the fire itself do all the rest of the work for you. I've never seen anything like it. People just always whacking on wood, always batoning something, always batoning.
I have never batoned.
Why would you baton? I don't understand it.
To waste calories, man.
People like to waste calories.
Yeah. Well, batoning looks cool. It looks like you know what you're doing.
Don't baton. Just let the fire do all the work for you.
Yeah. If I see a guy letting the fire work, then I'm going to think he knows what he's doing. And if I see a guy batoning, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Hey there. See, we didn't do that bit. Piss nobody off, but you know, I just see too many people on the interwebs. And, you know, if you got that kind of time and you just want to warm up and you want something to do, then go ahead. But I just see too many guys on the internet. They're just constantly whacking their wood. What's that all about?
Right now, I'm trying to heat everything. Because later on tonight, it's going to be cold.
Calling for 17 degrees again, apparently. So you want all your material to warm up around you.
I want the ground warm. Woo, I want my backstops warm. I want my shins a little cooler.
Are you sure?
Woo. It's cold out there. It's hot in here.
It's a Kentucky igloo, boys and girls.
Yes, sir.
Space blankets.
Woo!
And garbage bags. So Rafin getting in his Kentucky igloo down here. Let's go check it out and see how it's going. I'm up there by the fire in a hammock. He's down here in the hill. Man, are you really all laid up in there?
It is roasty toasty in here. What's the temperature out there?
It's like 30 degrees.
Outside 30 degrees. Inside 110.
Yeah, you'll never find me that naked in my shelter.
Not in 30-degree weather? Alright, well.
That's hilarious though. Is the bed comfortable at least?
I'm comfy. I'm cozy. You know what? I just might go ahead and see you in the morning.
That already? Oh, it looks nice. I'm a little jealous, but I mean, you got a nice pile of wood. You should stay warm all night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You ground dwellers are nuts. Never seen nothing like it before.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky.
Huh? I can't wait till that thing dies down a little bit.
Yeah, it ain't too bad now, but man, I bet it is warm as heck in there. All right, brother man, well, I'm heading on back up to my fire.
See ya.
Later. I think it's about time we go down there and see what's up. Crazy ass ground dwellers. Still smoky.
Yeah, ain't so bad down here.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning. How you doing this morning? Doing all right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm processing the morning wood, bro.
The morning wood. So you got a couple of extra layers on now.
Yeah, we got a little snow last night, so it's a little bit chilly out there, but it's toasty in here.
Yeah, I heard the snow coming down, but never felt it under the tarp neither.
No, I didn't get much snow. Nothing accumulated, obviously, but all you gotta do is wake up and toss a little bit on there and go back to sleep, dude. It's nice and toasty in here.
What do you got there for a pillow?
My Gore-Tex pants, because I didn't really need them.
You got the park over top.
Parka over top. Just take the chill off. There's a little bit of chill out there.
Just a smidge. Looks like you.
But up under here, this area, this is all nice and warm. It's like I said, I started getting a little chill out this way, but
Yeah, it looks like everything burned off most of the wood.
But you can sleep a myriad of ways in here, bro. Stay warm.
Yeah, it's good as survival shelter, but you look a little cramped. Might want to make it a little.
You can stretch out. Like I said, you can change your positions. Doing all right. You do have to keep an eye on your fire because you don't want it too awful big because then you're going to burn up your
Your roof.
your roof there, but I'll tell you what, that little fire, once we got the coal bed established and all this heated up, that all it takes is a little bit of fire and it'll keep you going. I did find myself a big rock to collect some heat.
Looks like most of the insulation stayed in place. Yeah, I think if you were going to do this more long term, you definitely want to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to be here a while, you can make it bigger. You know, depending on what you've got for shelter. You would have to use your big knife, because if I was going to be here for a while, I'd probably cut this out of green wood, and I would definitely make it bigger, and I would cover the whole thing in pine boughs or cedar. I mean, I don't want to be cutting green wood if we're just doing a demonstration here. But I think everybody who's out there building their shelters and stuff, they know the good material to use.
Oh, yeah.
And you will need your knife to process that kind of wood. You'll need some kind of chopper. This one log, I burned up one log, and then we got this one here. And so that coal pile is really deep. It's putting off a lot of heat.
So a small little pile of wood that you just kind of slowly fed all night, and then that your long feeder stick here.
Yep.
Just kept slowly pushing it in. And
then you notice, I mean, my whole stack there, I went through that, and then some. I did have to go collect a little more. But yeah, I got one little punky one up there drying. And as soon as it dries, I'll just flop it down into the fire. But you know, if you're just gonna do an overnighter, this is good. For an extended stay, you know, build your shelter bigger. Use pine boughs, use cedar. You know, and get yourself some good cover.
Right.
But as far as
this shelter here would definitely not hold a snow load.
This would not hold a snow load, but it wouldn't gather a snow load either. There's no
under the conditions we were expecting, this was perfectly fine.
Yep.
Good deal, man.
Maybe we'll do one that'll carry a snow load next time.
That'd be awesome. Viking. Didn't it used to be a skull?
No.
All right, so we're breaking her all down. It's about all that's left. Little coal bed. A couple of sticks for the frame. But inside there, a lofty bed. Us hammockers, man, we think these ground rollers are crazy. But that does look, that looks pretty comfy. If I didn't have a hammock and a top quilt and an under quilt and down hats and jackets, this is exactly what I would be making.
That is warmth.
Nature provided warmth. No goose abuse required.
Warmth and comfort.
Comfort and leisure. Well, it's good night overall, and everyone is accounted for, so we're packing up and we're going to be heading back to the city. We're going to be heading back to real life, unfortunately. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. And if you did, go ahead and leave us a comment below, or possibly subscribe to the channel if you find it entertaining in any way, shape, or form. So, for Black Ribbon Survival, I'm your host, Mark Puckett. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye!